Jesus in the boat. He's asleep, like he is knocked out. And suddenly this massive storm hits. The wind is just crashing, huge waves. The wind is roaring. It is just wild. And now water is probably filling the boat. And everyone is freaking out because it's getting worse and worse and worse. Now, these disciples who were also in the boat were also fishermen. They've seen storms before, but not this one. This felt very, very different. This one feels like they're fully out of control, like they have lost control. And they're pulling the ropes, they're shouting at each other, like, do this. They're trying to keep it together, keep the boat together from them all just sinking and dying. But nothing is working. And they're panicking, and Jesus is asleep, like literally sleeping through this whole ordeal. So at some point in that situation, fear just totally takes over. Fear, panic, everything. It's just, what is going on? Nobody's thinking clearly. And they wake Jesus up, and they're like, teacher, don't you care if we drown? See, that's not just a question. That is like real fear. They had been with Jesus for a long time now. They had seen him do lots of miracles. They'd seen him teach, and they knew who he was. But still, this is what comes out in a state of panic. They don't ask, can you stop the storm? They ask, like, do you even care about us? Like, they were right next to Jesus, and they still were unsure they believed he would care about them. Like, see, that's the real issue. Okay, so this whole talk is about faith. And what is faith? Well, faith is being sure about who God is, even when you cannot see what he's doing. In Hebrews 11:1, it says, now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Amazing. Now, we've all had moments like that where we feel out of control. You can feel the fear, the panic is just rising, and you're like, oh my goodness, nothing is working out. Everything is going down the drain. You're like, are you kidding me? I have to deal with this as well? Or you're confused. You'd be like, is this even possible? All these things like happening? And you start wondering, like, wait, God, like, where in the world are you? Like, why aren't you doing anything anymore? And then you get to the point where, like, do you even care about me? And what you feel starts to become more real. And you're realizing this is something that's been going on in my heart for a long, long time. It is deep, deep inside there. And it came out in the disciples when they were on the boat thinking they were about to die. It all just came out. So the storm didn't reveal the problem. It just revealed what they actually believed about Jesus. Does that make sense? What they believed in their heart has been there the whole time. But they got in this situation that was crazy, near death. And that's when it just came out. And the same thing with us. When we're in these situations that are extreme, is when we find out what we really think about God. What we really think about Jesus. What's really there. And when everything is around you, you're just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. And the thoughts and the cry of our heart, that's really what's going on inside of us. And this might sound crazy to you, but that is gold. Because when you find out what you really believe about God, what's really there, not what you hear about him, not what people tell him, or not even what you tell other people about him. But when you really find out what's in your heart about him, you can address it. You can say, God, actually, this is what I think about you. In that situation or this situation, this happened. And you know what? I don't know if I really trust you. I don't know what my faith is in this area. And that's when you can work through these things when you're at the worst place, because it all just boils up and you can't stop it. So anyways, see it as a moment to be like, you know what? I'm going to work with God. And that is worth so much because you really want to know what's in your heart. Okay? And God will walk you through it and it will be amazing. But you'll never know it unless you have that outburst that is just like, do you even care about me? Wow. Then you can work through it. Get that hug from God and just experience life to the full. All right. That will be a beautiful time with God. Okay. I'm telling you, it's going to be fantastic. All right. Thank you for listening. Hope you're doing well. Take care. Bye.